Straightaway.
Oh. Right on the back straightaway, you're right, Mike. What happened to Ben Kennedy?
Well, Ben Kennedy looked like he had a tire down or something broken. Michael, almost everybody piled in.
James Busher, the 31, also involved in this incident. Ray Black Jr., the 07, maybe not a whole lot of damage. Ryan Ellis, the 28, gets
down the racetrack just a little bit after he came off of turn 2. Kind of caught Justin Laughlin by surprise.
Yeah, it looks like Trevor didn't know that Justin was down there, and just a little bit he came off the wall, but just enough to spin Justin around and into the wall, and boy, just tore that car up. Big.
For that inside wall, we're going to see another view of it. You see David's already extremely loose when he made contact with the 14 of Rick Crawford, but you know that's at speed, so that's how fast it really.
Ron Hornaday has been on this racetrack already. Steve Hart, Brandon Witt caught up in that as well. The 12 of Robert Huffman. The 65 of Regan Smith.
John West, Tallow, a little contact, and into the grass goes the 29 of Blaney. 7 of Brian Eichler also involved. Up the racetrack, here comes Cale Gale, contact. Cale Gale sideways, but he keeps it straight.
He cut down Todd Bodine.
Oh, and Todd Bodine goes around. Nelson Piquet Jr. gets into the back of the 33 of Cale Gale. Again, Todd Cleaver running in the 4th position.
That was hard contact right there, the 38 made.
He must have blown a tire or something. You see the left rear here, Phil, is down. I think he blew a tire entering the corner, and the 50 let off for the
really close, and that's when you really lose that air. And there he just lost the air off that rear spoiler, and around he went. Pretty significant contact with the inside wall.
For most of that corner, he thought he was okay. You know, he got down on the inside.
Look, this is coming through 3 and 4. You see Donnie Leah moved up, got into David Starr, and put him right into the wall.
A tough break for David Starr. Had a good run running up in the top 5. Donnie Leah did as well. Donnie got sideways.
Teammate to Todd Bodine runs into trouble.
Just in front, Ted Musgrave. Looks as though he's had an engine expire on him.
Caution flag is out. You saw the smoke come out of the tailpipes. Oh, David Starr gets turned around. Makes contact with the inside wall.
And probably some fluid on the racetrack.
Let's take another look at it here. See the blue truck left side of your screen. You see him get sideways, get in the 15 of Mason Mingus, then go to the outside. Nowhere to go for Ron Hornaday or Ryan Sieg.
And that's about as far away from the spotters.
Laps. Take another look at what happened.
It's a little contact right there. Looked like the 16 maybe of Brian Scott made some contact with David Starr around David. It went pretty hard contact with the inside wall.
A lot of
up through the gears, gets down to the inside, and just TJ was kind of moving his way over there, and Todd made contact just about before it was even time to get on the brakes.
That was a big crash here at Martinsville. You don't tear one up much worse than that here.
Oh, wow.
You heard, sounded like the rear tires light up there.
Well, that makes you wonder if maybe someone got
the 5 truck on the inside. Skinner gets sideways.
Just jumps around with him. You can see he's got his wheels cut to the right, trying to save it from it spinning, and he never got them turned back to the left. And when it got straightened up, you know, it didn't have any way else to go. Lift off the gas, but Dillon's having none of it.
Kligerman's in the wall.
Parker Kligerman in the wall just as Ty Dillon took the lead away.
Suzuki Toyota.
Middle. Spin in front of you, easy back. Go, go, go. Keep going.
Ooh, didn't quite make it. Took the back end off of Ricky Carmichael's truck.
You see that truck of Kyle Busch? He just worked his way right through that baby. Not a scratch on it.
Trying to get by.
Oh,
look at that contact. The 81 of David Starr gets into the 01 of Joe Aramendia.
Justin
Lofton also turned around as well.
You got to watch the job that
99 gets the one on the outside and gets him loose. See him get sideways. Here comes the 38 with a full head of steam and just rams into the back of the 99. No fault
for it to end.
Riding along with Kyle Busch.
Wow. He's just trying to avoid Ty Dillon and Erman Carogan.
Spin in front of you, check up.
Oh man, he and Max just made some contact. And you see Justin Lofton absolutely nowhere to go.
Looked like Max forced him down into the 93 of Mike Gardner.
Sure they can get those tires on that truck.
See if we can take a look at what happened to Timothy Peters. You see the truck just turn right there. Looked like the tire went down. It didn't look like it didn't.
See Timothy Peters, look how much ground he's looking.
Oh, and up into Timothy Peters, and maybe into the wall goes the 30 of Hornaday. Hornaday goes around before they come out of turn 4.
Oh, big crash. Spencer Gallagher in the back of Amon Caroch. Timothy Peters just comes off the turn normally. Austin Dillon tried to make it 3 wide. There wasn't room.
Well, he was side by side with Stacy Compton already.
Man, that's just a tough situation for Timothy Peters to run. They would leave.
Oh, and around goes the 4 of Ricky Carmichael. He's going to slide back up into the field. Catches Cale Gale. Brian Eichler in the mix.
Miguel Paludo, the 7, is in the middle of that with a lot of damage.
Man, those guys just had a terrible front.
Backgrounds we have in this Camping World Truck.
Oh, we got a spinner.
Timothy Peters into the wall.
Keeper, I'll look at it down the front here. Inside.
We got a pit, Phil.
Yeah, quite a bit of damage.
Inside 18, gap behind 18.
Yeah, he's going to hit it again.
Hold it up there. Hold.
David Starr pull away from him. And around goes Todd Bodine and Nelson Piquet Jr. Nelson Piquet Jr. into the wall. Down he gets to the 6 of Justin Lofton. More trucks coming in. So battle off of pit road. Halfway is being shown to the drivers. Problems on the front stretch. The smoke all across the front stretch, and that bottles up a couple different trucks.
James Busher, T.J. Bell. Todd Cleaver was involved in the 8 truck. He's against the inside wall, as you can.
You see it move down, and Todd moves down. And unfortunately, Nelson already had his nose up there. Nelson had no idea that Todd was coming down.
And the spotters are up here where we are, and we have that same.
Take a look at it again. You can see that it was Gillen, John West Townley in the yellow truck.
And I think John Gillen was just below John West, and maybe Ben Kennedy felt like they were just too wide and had room to angle.
See Cale Gale on the outside. Looks like Nelson Piquet. Oh, trouble in the middle of the straightaway.
Jason White involved in this one, as well as, I believe that's the 11 of Todd Bodine.
Boy, Todd just a victim of service.
This is Joey Coulter.
Boy, Joey saw it pretty early. He makes contact with Brian Eichler. Ooh, and a lot of damage. Along with Brendan Newberry in the 24.
See Joe Nemechek? He just kept on driving, made it all the way through the crash.
It's experience for you.
Our third caution now.
Wow, that's early in the corner. Wonder if that could have been a replay of what almost happened to Hornaday. Maybe someone was under John.
Coulter was about a 10th.
Around, we've got spinning trucks. Timothy Peters backs it into the wall. One of our point contenders. Also involved the 8 of Max Gresham.
That flat. John King does a nice job getting by, and then it just loses control.
Well, you see the tread come off the tire all the way down. Ryan did an amazing job keeping that thing straight for ever so long, but then finally the tire went all the way away.
Our 9th caution has come out. Brandon Witt bringing the most recent caution out. We'll be back for the finish of this one.
Go from Daytona International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network. We're going to keep it right here, Mike Bagley.
Trouble. Mayhem in turn number 3. Brendan gone, and a host of others. A dozen trucks crash and collide.
Max Gresham, one of those trucks that continue to spin into turn number 4. Nearly a dozen, maybe more trucks.
9 and 54, just in front of these two.
This is coming off of turn 4, and the accident with the 54 is going to happen.
That looks like a crazy crash. Watch PK's truck up in the air. You can tell there how serious.
Into the outside wall here. He's going to.
No, he did the squeezing.
Yep. Squeezing.
He did the squeezing, and that looks just like the crash he had down at Rockingham.
3 wide behind.
Oh, trouble.
And Miguel Paludo in the 7 into the wall hard. That'll bring caution out again.
And Steve Arfin also involved. There's Timothy Peters.
Ooh, he barely slips by.
Potentially running out of fuel. Look at what happened.
See the 4 truck in the middle of that racetrack, and the 75 came together. Looked like the 75 was coming down just a little bit, made contact with the 4 of Jeb Burton.
It looked like Jeb was trying to get into a hole in the 75 of Caleb Pullman, said there's not a hole here, and they but then Townley messes up here by hitting the gas.
The racetrack.
Yeah, he's definitely got a tire going
Looked
down.
like maybe left rear, Michael.
Wow, what a job by Brendan Newberry getting by, but there was nowhere for Tim George to go, and you saw Todd Talladega on his roof.
Oh, Miguel Paludo hard into the wall.
Looked like a right front tire went on Miguel Paludo, and Hornaday slowed down and moved up the track, and the 25 truck of Taylor Mawson was on the inside of Hornaday and cut him off.
That pretty much explains why the 25 gets turned around right here as they went down in turn number 3.
Yeah, when we asked what happened.
Oh, watch out. Baroga sideways into Kyle Busch. It looks as though contact with the wall, the 2 spin.
Lock her down. Lock her down.
It happens yet again.
And it had all the signs of maybe that they got together, but it's certainly hard to tell. Oh, all by himself.
Yeah, all by himself.
Watch this thing. Couldn't hit it much squarer, could it?
Yeah.
Much more square.
Shorten that truck up by probably 2 feet.
They get down to the corner, just make some contact. The Zachary Toyota.
The other end of the racetrack. Back end comes around, hard into the wall.
That thing snapped quick, didn't it?
Yep, bumper bar that came out.
We heard the 77 get out of the throttle, so.
But they are still mired.
Oh, got a spinner. Austin Hill, the 82, looks like he got hit from behind.
And they keep crashing Ben Kennedy.
Good down low. Joe Nemechek, the 8.
It's so inviting down there. He's got a whole lane down there. He knows he can go faster. Unfortunately, just lost that downforce. Caught Ben Kennedy up against the outside wall.
And he'd slowed down. He was trying to save that thing. He'd slowed down about half a second the last 4 or 5 laps.
To get up there and make it 3 wide for the lead, and here comes the move. Oh, and there's contact. Cameron Haley gets turned, and Bigger gets turned. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trucks crashing and colliding. Daniel Suarez is in it. Also, the Daniel Reddick machine is in it. Also, others crashing and colliding, and the wreck continues to.
Into the outside wall.
That ended it for him right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
If the right front didn't go, the right.
Possible, but darn. Oh, we got a spinner in turn 2.
Sure enough, Chad McCullough. Oh, that's actually Brian Scott, and he's going to create a look. Oh boy, we've got contact behind him. It looked like it was going to be.
It's to pit road. Here's the crash. Let's see what happens. It looked like Timothy Peters drove down a little bit on Brandon Witt, caused him to make contact. Brandon was in there a pretty good ways, and they just precious playoff point here for the guy that wins his stage. Oh, and they're going to crash.
Bell and Moffitt contact, and the caution is out.